This is another MONBASA MVITA series from Bungoma, Gongwa. I would like to start this by using a song of a great Kenyan, a Kenyan musician that was amongst the best in the world. He's known everywhere. He's known in America, he's known in Europe, he's known in Africa, and he's known in Asia, Australia, all those places. In fact, I would say he was known in the North Pole and the South Pole around the world. I'm talking of a great son of Kenya, a musician by the name Roger Whittaker. We are proud of a Kenyan who would sing a song, who would sing songs, country music that will move the world. And today, I'm going to talk about his song, a very special song. A song called Shimoni. There was a time when I took my course and we had to go for a field trip to those places. We went to MONBASA, we went to Marafa, Devil's Kitchen here? And then we passed by, as we were going to Wasini, a place called Shimoni. We didn't get the chance of going to Shimoni, but when I heard of Shimoni, I thought of the song, but it didn't strike a high note in my mind. I didn't know that one time I would use the title Shimoni. Shimoni is a place that had a hole, a big cave, that slaves were put in. People would be captured and they were put in that hole to be sold as slaves in Zanzibar for export to Asia, that's the Arabic countries, and through the Atlantic trade. Some were sold, they will be taken across like cargo and sold in America. It was a very trying time for the Africans. They were taken like animals. And Roger Whittaker sang this song from his heart. He sang this song to tell people that Africa had a hope. He sang this song with Kenya in his heart, with East Africa in his heart. Yes, a great son of Kenya, Roger Whittaker. I'm going to talk about Shimoni in relation to what has been happening around East Africa. When I talk of East Africa, I talk of Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, and we've extended to Congo. So why am I talking about this? I'm talking about some of the great comments, speeches, ideas given by our leaders, some of our leaders. I'll start with the idea of an elder statesman when he visited South Sudan. And he talked about identity crisis. There's a thing that has gotten us up to now. He told the president of South Sudan that time that we are a unique population. It's difficult and It's interesting that at such a time, we will still refer to ourselves as countries belonging to other continents. When they talk of Arabic countries, you are there, but you belong to the Arab bloc and you're in Africa. He told us, no, when you're in Africa, identify yourself as an African. When somebody is in Saudi Arabia or Asia, identify yourself as such. We've had a problem, and that is a problem that is eating into most of the countries. Identity crisis. We are here, we identify ourselves with other continents, with other cultures, but we forget ourselves. That was a great speech. That was a wake-up call for the Africans, for the East African people. That we can. We have got the capability. We can manage. I listened also to a speech that was televised on a Kenyan TV station, and it was about another great leader. I call her Solutions. And she was talking to the people of our country. She was saying they have had challenges. Challenges from outside, challenges from inside. But even challenges from outside, they should not forget that they belong to the country is theirs. That it's only by them rising up that they can be able to manage the country, maintain the country, and even those other countries. There's no country that is helping any other country free. It is trade. I sell you, you give the money. We exchange goods. We exchange money. So it is a time that we should think of liberation. I'm thinking of also a leader from Kenya also, with a vision for the future. Met with the elder statesmen, and they were talking about accessibility of many things. Accessibility of the ocean, accessibility of resources, accessibility of trade. They talked, and as leaders talk, people know what they talk, and they have their own things that they talk. But all people in East Africa, all leaders in East Africa have one notion, and that's what we want to encourage. A plan for the future of the people of Africa, a plan for the future of the people of East Africa. We can only achieve these things if we liberate ourselves, like the song of Roger Whittaker says. We were in a hole where slavery ended. We have been getting out of the hole, and it needs strength and push to be out and to be liberated. Roger Whittaker captures all that in his song Shimoni. It's a wake-up call for the East African community. It's an encouragement that we have all the capability. We are a sleeping giant. Roger Whittaker says so in Shimoni. Roger Whittaker says, we have the capability of making it. And if you go to Shimoni, from slavery, people in chains, being sold like goods, waiting to be put, packaged like animals in ships, to be sold to different lands, to be sold. I mean sold, real selling. And as we are being left also, there is part of us that was packaged. And we have also to liberate ourselves from that one. That time we were physically in chains. Captured from the hinterland, put in chains, you walk in chains, you are put in that hole. Many people died in that hole. Many people died in the ships. Many people died in the slave market. You are auctioned like an animal. This is the strong one who can be able to do work. This is another slave. She can be able to produce many slaves for you. And that was the talk. That was the marketing. People did not think you had feelings. They did not think you had aspirations. No. To them, you are an animal. You are a donkey. You are like a goat. You could be sold. And it did happen. But something else was also left bound in chains. And that is what we should try to do. We should try to break the chains. And that is what the leaders within the zone are trying to tell us. And also us, the citizens, should also try to encourage them that they help us break the chains. We've got economic chains. There are people who operate like they don't even belong to East Africa. You are chained economically to other nations, to other continents. Yes, we have that problem. We get resources from our places, go hold them. Just like a squirrel does during summer, gets nuts and everything and holds them in a place for the winter. But ours is different. We take ours to foreign places. We have to break ourselves from those chains. We have to break from the chains of feeling inferior. Because nowadays what is happening is that we exchange goods. We exchange ideas. You sell them. They sell you. You pay and they pay. So there's nobody superior. We have to think of uplifting economy within our own selves. Because if we don't do that, we shall never rise. We shall remain slaves in the mind, even if not slaves physically. Liberation for the mind, liberation for the self, liberation for the country, liberation in our thoughts. Yes, let's think as nations, not as tribes. Let's think as people capable. A waking giant. We just broken from the chain. We're coming out of Shimoni. We are not going to a slave market in Zanzibar. We're going to Zanzibar to sell goods. We are not going in the ships to be sold. We are selling in the ships and buying in the ships. Africa, you are a sleeping giant. Roger Whittaker, son of Africa, son of Kenya, said so. It's for us to take it in our hearts, have faith in ourselves, change our vision, change our mental state. Then we shall be able to achieve. We shall be able to achieve. We shall be able to achieve what Roger Whittaker said. If you're looking for the answer is written in Shimoni. You correctly say that. Shimoni, Shimoni. If you want to find the answer, and the answer is written down in Shimoni. Shimoni, the hole. Shimoni is a Swahili word for hole. It was a cave. If you go to Shimoni, you will find things that were used to buy the slaves and all that places where they were. But now, there are no people in chains in Shimoni. That's the answer. If you want to find the answer is written down at Shimoni. Shimoni. So, from what the leaders of East Africa have been telling us, we have to do soul searching. We have to find out, are we enabling this achievement of liberation to East Africa? Could we be a stumbling block to the liberation in East Africa? As citizens, let's do soul searching. As leaders, let them do soul searching. Because, like Roger Whittaker said, we are a sleeping giant. If you want to know the answer is written down at Shimoni. That's my take for now.